Alright guys, so if you checked out the El Tequileño video, you know that we're gonna head over to Fortaleza. If you haven't checked out the El Tequileño video, that was our first stop here in Tequila, so go back and watch that one. I'm gonna leave the link right there as well. Fortaleza is part of the Souza family. There is the Souza family, right? Don Guillermo Souza was the one that refurbished the distillery that his great-great-grandparents had. Souza was one of the biggest tequila brands, and really one of the brands that is responsible for tequila being a strictly Mexican product. So Don Zenobio Souza started Souza. They became one of the biggest distributors of tequila. And then Fortaleza sold their distillery. And that left Don Guillermo Souza, a teenager at the time, not really knowing what he was gonna do. Fast forward a couple of decades, and he decided to refurbish the only distillery that was left to his family, the Fortaleza distillery. And then he decided to name it as a homage to his great-grandparents who created Souza. So in Mexico, it's known as Los Abuelos, the grandparents. In the US, it's known as Fortaleza, which that's the name of the distillery, La Fortaleza de la Distillería Fortaleza. That's why there's a little copyright issue there, and they couldn't name it Los Abuelos in the US. Anyway, I'm super excited to go check it out. I have been there before. Definitely put this one on your list on what to do in tequila. Hola. Okay.
Ahí viene COVID.
Finally.
I'm good. How are you? Good. How was your tequileño?
It was good. Yeah, it's my wife Michelle.
You don't have anything planned for the rest of the day, right?
I don't.
Perfect.
So this is La Distillería Fortaleza. As you see on the sign there, it says, "Donde se hace el tequila como lo hizo mi tatarabuelo," where we make tequila like my great-great-grandfather did. So Fortaleza works 24/6. They only rest on Sundays, which is cool because every time you come to do the tour, you see part of the process of making tequila. Here they are loading up the 120-year-old brick ovens full of some of the best quality agaves. What's cool to see at every distillery is how they make the same process different. So like you see here, Fortaleza likes to fill the taona, and with the help of a little tractor, they juice the agave going round and round. Don Guillermo is an avid animal lover, so no donkeys pulling any rocks here. With gravity, the agave juices fall into the tank right here, and with pumps, they travel to the pipones. Pipones are these 6,000-liter wooden vats. Here I am climbing the ladder to see the beautiful act of fermentation. This smells and tastes like an agave beer. After fermenting for a few days, we move on to distillation. Fortaleza is distilled in copper stills, and every good tequila is distilled twice. We were lucky enough to be here when they were distilling a special version that they did called the agaves de la villa. The first time Fortaleza used agaves from the land around the distillery itself. Awesome stuff, of course. And here are the secret 2022 winter blend barrels and the Mission 1530 Reposado. Now the highlight of every visit to Fortaleza, the cave. When we visit this area, we'll still close due to COVID, so we were one of the first ones to see it in a few years, and it's simply the coolest place you'll ever have tequila tasting. It's the perfect temperature too when it's hot out, and you'll even share the space with some tequila bats. After the cave, we got to see the goats and sit by the lake and talk about tequila and most importantly, taste it. Here we got to sample the 3 separate tequilas that make up the 2021 winter blend. First it was 2 months, then removed, and then aged another one for another 2 months, and then removed that, and then 6 months. So a total of 10 months that are all then blended together. All incredible, of course, and so interesting to see how agave reacts to wood. Then we all went out to dinner at the best carne asada place. Of course, we had to do some bone marrow Lou shots with Fortaleza with Stefano and Kobe.
Yeah. Beautiful, look at that.
And then we ended up having the best carne asada with no other than Don Guillermo himself. This was just an incredible day.